Hello, I'm Andy and welcome to FlixMySwitchLASER. If you're new here, you're very welcome. If you're a returning viewer, many thanks for your continued support. So I recently got a Longer Ray5 Mini 3.5 watt and I'm putting it through its paces, and I mean really putting it through its paces. And on the screen here in the background you can see a burn test, and I'm going to show you a video about that in a minute. But I really want to talk about this test because since doing this video I've been doing a lot of work in the background, and I'm developing an air assist nozzle for the Mini. Now at the moment Longer don't produce one, but I know they're making one, so I've been doing my own testing, only 3D printing them, but that allows me to make different shapes, different size orifices and different heights away from the bed. So why do you need air assist? Well, just look at the photo on the screen now. All that brown staining is staining that you don't want. Now if you were trying to cut, and this is plywood, this is not basswood, it's actually 2mm plywood, and I am really pushing the limits of the 3.5 watt trying to do this. You can see I'm only going up in increments of 10mm a minute. Which is, very small. Now if I was cutting this for a real job, I'm down at 350mm a minute, 2 passes. So you can see this test is, I'm expecting it to fail because I want to find the boundaries. And once I've found the boundaries of the standard laser, then I've got something to play with my air assist, because fingers crossed, the air assist for one will get rid of all that staining. So the next video, which is on the Mini, hopefully there'll be no staining, otherwise I'll be very disappointed. And secondly, I hope that I'll be dropping boxes above 410 consistently. Now plywood, although it's made from wood and wood's a natural material, plywood is not natural because it's got glue inside. So in this video you'll see the tests have inconsistencies, and I try different things using the standard Mini, and it's in the video, you just watch the video and see it. So this is just the introduction to the video, and I'll catch you at the end for a summary and a look forward to the air assist video. This is my testing environment inside my enclosure on a honeycomb bed which is metallic, using magnets to keep the board flat so I get a fair test across the material, because as you know, any minor difference in focus will affect your cutting and engraving tests. So with these tests on the Ray5 Mini, I'm really trying to push the boundaries because it's a great engraving machine, but it's quite slow cutting, as you would expect for a 2.5 or a 3.5 watt laser module. So these tests are inconclusive, and as you see I'm really pushing the boundaries by only changing the speed by 10, which is a small amount, but that's why I designed this test. I'd have to run this test a few times to get consistent results, because wood, well, I'm going to say wood is a natural material, but we're looking at 2mm plywood here. So there's, there's layers going left to right and then up and down and glue, and that's all pressed together. So it's not exactly a natural material, but I thought it would be good enough for a test. So what were the tests that I've run? As you can see here, 100% power. These are my speeds in millimeters a minute, 2 passes. When I was doing 1 pass tests, they were I found this was the test for basswood, which this isn't really basswood, this is like a structural ply 2mm. I would have to try and order some basswood to see whether it will burn through quicker. But what was test 1? Let me look at my notes. So test 1 was the standard setup with the cutout on the red frame at the front. Test 2 was the same, except for a piece of black tape covering the cutout, all except about 1.5 to 2mm space. Test 3 was the new grille
plus tape. Now this I think is just inconsistencies with the wood, but I am going to rerun this test. Test 4 was the new grill with no tape, and that's really strange why this one dropped out, but this could be softer wood around this area, could be less glue. You know, it's very misleading, some of these results. You know, I am pushing the limits. I'm trying to find minimal gains, so you know, you wouldn't be trying to burn this at 2 passes at 440. You would be down here maybe 350 at 2 passes 100% to make sure it burns through. This one did drop out anyway. Then test 5 was the new grill, the no tape on the surround, and a 9mm insert on the nozzle. I was hoping that this one was going to make an improvement, trying to force more air down the curve. Now we haven't got air assist, but it looks like it's actually cooling the laser, and it hasn't made these boxes drop out. But I'm going to rerun the test up here to see if I get any different results. But yeah, this was quite interesting, so stay with me. I'll rerun the test, and then I'll conclude this video. This is what I mean. This delicate test can be misleading, so I've just taken this off, redoing the test in the same order, and you can see those 2 boxes have dropped out. So let me see what other ones are loose. So they would need a little bit more pressure. See, that's strange. That one is more powerful than that one, and that one's dropped out. Loose. So there you go. Let's push these in now a little bit harder. No, that's gonna take more pressure. No, I forced that one out. That's not coming. That's not coming. I'd have to force that one out. That one's not coming. That one's almost out. That one's not. That one would come out with more pressure. So what can I conclude from the testing? So the smoke residue looks the same. Let me come back so I can see it in better light. This one, you're going to get more smoke residue when it doesn't burn through. This is 2 passes, remember. So let me find my notes again. So this was standard. There's quite a lot of smoke there, not so much there. So test 3 was new grill with tape on the front red grill. So before I finish the video, I re-looked at these tests, and I actually pushed the boxes out from the back, and they came out far easier. Now I think what the issue is, the kerf is so small that if you try to push the box out and it goes crooked, then it doesn't come out. When I turned it over, literally just tapped it and it fell out. While we're here, it comes out better on this video, which I'm holding on my phone. Just look at all the scorching around the boxes here and here. And again, that is what all up here, here, and this is what the air assist is hopefully going to get rid of. So test 3 is the new grill with tape on the red shield. So what do I conclude from this test? Don't follow my powers here, because I did this test purely to see any minute gain in what I was doing. All I'm going to conclude from this is that probably 2mm material is the maximum you want to cut with, in my case, a 3.5 watt diode. And I'm going to keep the new grill on purely because it's showing less smoke. If I point there to stay in focus, it's showing less smoke here. This is clean. There's smoke residue all the way down the side here, and there's no smoke there. So yes, so now I'm going to move on to other tests using more crafting type materials. Going to do some engraving tests because I do believe this is going to be a good engraving laser as the beam size is so small.
Well, let me know whether you've got a 2.5 or 3.5 mini Ray 5, and let me know what materials you are cutting and what speeds and feeds you're using. In upcoming videos I will be testing other materials, and I will be doing, well, let me think what I'm going to be doing: ceramic tiles, scratch paper, different coloured card. I might touch on the grey cereal packet again. Definitely air assist, as you saw. I've got the nozzle sort of pre-prepared, and the filament is now nice and dry, so I can print some of those off. And might touch engraving acrylic. Not sure whether it will cut acrylic, but we'll have a go. So plenty more to come. So if you like what I'm doing, drop a thumbs up. Always puts a smile on my face. And if you've got any questions, drop them down below. I will answer them, and perhaps you'll join me in my next video. So as ever, continue to make that safe, happy smoke, and perhaps you'll join me in my next video. Cheers for now.
Thank you for making it to the end of my videos, much appreciated. If you like what I'm doing and I've earned your trust and respect, perhaps you would consider subscribing. If you leave a comment, I will answer them as well. And if you give me a thumbs up, it will put a smile on my face. Perhaps you would like some of the videos popping up now. See you in the next one.